Hello and welcome to We Learn Small Business Management Session 3 Ownership Structure. Topic covered: ownership structure, proprietorship, partnership, joint stock company, cooperative, selection of an appropriate form of ownership structure. Ownership structure. Yes, before going to understanding the ownership structure, in this session we were going to understand about what kind of and what type of ownership structures are available in the or we can say that are proposed to the small industry business through which they enter into the market, and they actually gives the business or competitive environment to the others organization. So what is ownership structure? Ownership structure is defined by the distribution of equity with regard to votes and capital, but also by identities of the equity owners itself. So yes, it is basically ownership structure is distribution of the equity. जब एक इक्विटी को डिवाइड किया जाता है, proper votes, proper capitals issues की जाती हैं, and yes, at the same time it is identity of the equity owners. So you may operate your business or the organization under any one of the several organization structure. A person who want to enter into the small business environment or want to enter into the small industry unit, they can have many options to enter into the environment. Each type of a structure has a certain advantage and disadvantage that should be considered. That's very obvious. That means whatever the form of structure, whether it's proprietorship, partnership, joint stock companies, cooperative environment, they all are actually comes into the advantages and disadvantages. Yes, this is what the legal form of an enterprise. It is necessary for the various reasons. Yes, as and when the entrepreneur wish to raise a loan, a banker, a financial institute, and even a private money lender like to know the ownership form of the enterprise, कि वो किसी भी तरीके की फाइनेंस राइजिंग के अंदर भी ये ज़रूरी होता है जानना कि हम किस तरीके के बिजनेस में आ रहे हैं. Therefore, the entrepreneur needs to give the serious thinking about what the legally forms to choose for his or her new enterprise. So in that case, it is required to consider all the legal rules and regulations also about the business. Now we will first going to understand about the proprietorship. Proprietorship is the first form of a business. Proprietorship is also called as a sole proprietorship. So it is one of the oldest form of business ownership in India. In the proprietorship, the enterprise is owned and controlled by one person. So it is that kind of a business जिसके अंदर जो पूरा business होता है वो लोन एक person जो है alonely carry forward करता है. That means we can say that it is a one individual or a married couple in a business alone. So sole proprietors are most common form of the business structure. This type of a business is simple to form and operate and may enjoy the greater flexibilities of a management and a fewer legal controls. In terms of yes, this kind of a business having a very much simple structure, इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा complexities नहीं होती. At the same time ये बहुत simply operate, easily operate हो जाता है. बहुत flexibilities होती हैं इस business scenarios के अंदर कि आप किसी भी तरीके की expansions कर सकते हो, किसी भी तरीके से आप business को कभी भी wind up कर सकते हो. So in that concept, yes, it at the same time ये बहुत ही जो legal formalities इस system के अंदर होती हैं बहुत ही rare और बहुत ही कम होती हैं. So however, the business owner is the personally liable for all the debt incurred by the business. So in that case, पर yes, the one of the biggest part is that जितनी भी liability factors होते हैं वो एक ही person के पास अक्र हो जाते हैं. जितने भी डेप्ट्स होते हैं वो एक ही पर्सन पर कंसर्न होते हैं. बट येस दैट द पर्सन इज अ मास्टर ऑफ हिज शो एंड येस ही मैनेज द बिजनेस ऑन हिज ओन. So if necessary, he may take the help of his family members, relatives, and enjoy some employees. So proprietorship, as we come to know it, is simple and easiest form of the concept, and yes, one of the most popular in India due to the distinct advantages it offers. So what are the main features of the proprietorship? First is one-man ownership. That means in a proprietorship, only one man is owner of the enterprise. Then no separate business entity. Yes, the business is not the different or having a distinct factor as the from the person. यानी कि no distinction is made between the business कंसर्न इन अ प्रोप्राइटर, हमारे जितने भी बिजनेस कंसर्न होते हैं, यस एट द सेम टाइम हमारे जितने भी एक प्रोप्राइटरशिप्स होते हैं वो बिल्कुल भी अलग नहीं होते हैं एक दूसरे से. At the same time, another is no separation between the ownership and management. Yes, that is, पहले वाला जो था वो था separation from the proprietor or the person who was actually the business concern. जो हमारा proprietor है और जो हमारा business है उन दोनों के बीच में कोई difference नहीं है. थर्ड पॉइंट के अंदर they were stating जो ओनर है और जो मैनेजमेंट होती है उनके बीच में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं होता. That means in proprietorship, management rests with the proprietor himself and herself. The proprietor is the manager also. And yes, the ultimate liability, unlimited liability. That means the unlimited liability means that in case of the enterprise income losses, the private property of the proprietor can also be utilized for meeting the business obligations to the outside parties. आउटसाइड पार्टीज में बिजनेस ऑब्लिगेशंस को लेने के लिए हम लोग जो एक पर्सन है वो अपनी प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी का भी यूज़ कर सकता है. देन ऑल प्रॉफिट्स और लॉसेस टू द प्रोप्राइटर्स. यस, being a sole owner of the enterprise, the proprietor enjoy all the profit earned and bear all the losses incurred by the enterprise. Less formalities. A proprietorship business can be started without completing the much legal formalities. These are some businesses that too can start it simply after obtaining the necessary manufacturing licensing and permits. Advantages. Advantages is from actually the advantages and disadvantages of a things that comes from the concept itself. So first advantage of proprietorship is simple form of organization. It's very simple structure. Owner's freedom to take a decision. Yes, being a sole proprietor, the person having a freedom to take the decisions. High secrecy, being in a single owner of that person, जितने भी एक बिजनेस से रिलेटेड सीक्रेट होंगे, जितने भी एक सीक्रेट कॉन्सेप्ट होंगे वो उस पर्सन तक ही रहेंगे. Tax advantage, yes, in that case the person got an advantage of the tax. The reason behind is as compared to the other form of ownership, the proprietorship form, the ownership enjoys a certain tax advantages. For example, a proprietor income is taxed only once while the cooperative income is at occasion taxes twice, such as double taxation. And yes, the easy dissolution. Easy dissolution in terms of that we can easily dissolve this kind of structure. Now, what are the various limitations of proprietorship? First is limited resources. In terms of a proprietor has a limited resources at his or her fund and saving, and to the limited extent borrowing from the relatives and friends. So in that case, अगर एक लिमिटेड है रिसोर्सेज तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी जो इन्वेस्टमेंट होगी वो भी लिमिटेड होगी. देन लिमिटेड एबिलिटी, दैट इज प्रोप्राइटरशिप इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड एज अ वन मैन शो. So one man may be expert in one or two area but not in every area, so that probably lead to the limited ability. Then unlimited liability. Yes, proprietor is a characteristics by the unlimited liability. This means that in case of a losses, the private property of the proprietor will also be used to clear the business obligations. Business obligations को clear करने के लिए losses के time पर उसे अपनी personal property use करनी होती है. Then limited life of the enterprise firm. In terms of that is the life of a proprietary enterprise depends solely upon the life of the proprietor. अगर एक proprietor ने perform करना बंद कर दिया है तो automatically एक company भी perform नहीं करेगी. So this is what the limited life of the enterprise firm. Next is partnership, another form of the organization structure. The proprietorship form of the ownership suffer from the certain limitations such as the limited resources, limited skills, ultimate liability, but expansion in the business required more capital and yes at the same time required more managerial skills. So in that case a proprietor find himself unable to fulfill their requirements. So this call for a more person comes together with the different edge and start the business. So from this scenario the new people comes into the business scenario. Here comes the role of the partnership, that is general partnership. So it is composed of two or more person who agree to contribute money, labor and or a skill to be a business. In terms of यहाँ पर एक person का role generate होता है to bring out the टुगेदरनेस, और उसे एक दो या दो से ज़्यादा लोग जब साथ में आके दे रेडी टू कंट्रीब्यूट इन द बिजनेस इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी, in terms of skill, in terms of labor. So each person share the profit, losses and management of the business, and each partner is personally and equally liable for the debt of the partnership. Formal terms of enterprise are usually contained in the written partnership agreement. Yes, अगर आप किसी भी तरीके के फॉर्मल एक्ट्स के अंदर आते हैं तो उस केस में एक लीगल फॉर्म और रिटन फॉर्म बनाया जाता है, और उस रिटन फॉर्म को पार्टनरशिप डीड बोला जाता है. एंड येस, एट द सेम टाइम अगर आप ऐसे किसी भी लीगल फॉर्मेलिटीज़ में नहीं आते हो तो यू डिडंट कम्स इनटू द एग्जैक्ट पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म, बिकॉज व्हेन यू एंटर इनटू अ पार्टनरशिप, सो उस केस में जितने भी मेंबर्स होते हैं वो प्रॉफिट, लॉस, मैनेजमेंट, बिजनेस की सारी प्रैक्टिसेस शेयर करते हैं. एट द सेम टाइम बिजनेस लाइबिलिटी के केसेस में पर्सनल इक्वल लाइबिलिटी भी वो लोग शेयर करते हैं. एंड पार्टनरशिप के लिए इंडियन पार्टनरशिप एक्ट 1932 को फॉलो किया जाता है. Now what are the main features? Main feature क्या है? सबसे पहला है the more person. As against the proprietor, there should be at least 2% subject to the maximum of the 10% of the banking sector and 20 for the partnership firms. In terms of अगर बात ये की जाए कि आप बहुत सारे persons को adopt कर सकते हो. If you are talking about the banking sector, तो maximum will be 10. And if you are talking about the partnership firm, then maximum will be the 20. Another is profit and loss sharing. All the members are actually brings into a picture to share a profit and losses. Another is contractual relationship. Partnership is formed by an agreement, oral or written, amongst the partner. Then existence of lawful business. That means considering to bringing out the lawful business and share it profit and losses lawfully. Then uttermost good faith and honesty. It is always required having a good faith and yes, the honesty on between each the partner. A partnership business solely rests on uttermost good faith and trust amongst the partner. Then unlimited liability. Like proprietorship, each partner has an unlimited liability in the firm. So this means that if the assets of a partnership firm fall short to meet the firm's obligations, the partner private assets will also be used for the purposes. Then another is restrictions of the transfers of shares. That is, no partners can transfer his share to any outside person without seeking the consent of the any other's partner. Another is principals agent relationship. Partnership firm may be carried on by all the partners or any of them acting for all. So while the dealing with the firm's transaction, each partner is entitled to represent the firm and others partners. So in that case, this is the partners and agent relationship. Now what are the advantages? Yes, again, partnership firm is very much easy to form. Another is the more capital availability in terms of it is required maximum capital. For maximum capital or maximum investment and expansion, we require the partnership firm. We can say that we require the other hand to perform in the society. Then combined talent and the judgment and skill. That means the business is not only like in a proprietorship, businesses depends upon the one skill, one talent, but no, in a partnership firm the businesses actually stand into the multiple skills and multiple talent. Then diffusions of risk. That means in case of a partnership, the losses of the firms are shared by all the partners as per the agreed profit sharing ratios. That comes into the diffusion of risk. Then flexibility. Flexibility in terms of like proprietorship, the partnership business is also flexible. The partners are, we can say that the partners can easily appreciate and quickly react to changing conditions. And yes, the tax advantages, that is taxation rate applicable to the partnerships are lower than the proprietorship and company's form of business ownership. Now the disadvantages. Disadvantages is basically the unlimited liability. The liability of all the partners in a partnership firm is actually unlimited liability. So this is one of the limitations, that they have to use their personal property to follow all the business obligation. Then divided authority. Sometimes we can say that on the two heads better than the one may turn to the too many cookies spoil of the both. That means we can say that each partner can discharge his responsibility in his the concerned individual area. But in the case of an area like the policy formulations of a whole enterprise, and there were the chance of a conflict between the partners. So in that case, the disagreement between the partners over the enterprises matters have destroyed many of the partnership firms. So that comes into the lack of the divided authority. अगर अथॉरिटीज प्रॉपर तरीके से डिवाइड नहीं है, दैट्स वेरी ऑब्वियस, इट्स क्रिएट द जनरल डिफिकल्टीज. देन लैक ऑफ द continuity, that is because of the death and the withdrawal of the one partner caused the partnerships to the end. पार्टनरशिप यहाँ पर नहीं एंड होती है, और भी बहुत सारे वी कैन से दैट बिकॉज एक अलग एंटिटी होती है एक पार्टनरशिप फर्म अपनी फर्म से. ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे ऐसे मेंबर्स होते हैं जो उसे कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर सकते हैं. देन रिस्क ऑफ एम्प्लॉयड अथॉरिटी, दैट ईच पार्टनर इज एन एजेंट for the partnership business, so hence the decisions made by him bind all the partners. So in that comes, yes, it is basically related to the risk of implied authority, how to imply that authority. Then the dissolution of the firm, yes, how the partnership firm going to be dissolved. The first is dissolution by agreement, that is partnership firm may be disclosed in the accordance with the contract already made between the partners. Then another is the compulsory dissolutions, in terms of firm stands compulsorily dissolved under the following circumstances. That means it is by the adjudication of all the partners, or all the partners by one as insolvent, or yes, by the happening of the any such events that makes the business unlawful. In terms of this is the one of the way to settle down the agreement. Another is dissolution due to the contingency. That means a firm stands dissolved on the happening of the any of the following contingency. एक किसी भी तरह की contingency होने पर, जहाँ पर एक प्रोडक्ट लाई करता है, या वी कैन से दैट जहाँ पर एक कंसेप्ट राइज होते हैं और एक फर्म स्टैंड करती है, दैट इज फर्स्ट ऑन दी एक्सपायरी ऑफ द पार्टनरशिप इफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूट अ फिक्स्ड प्राइस. अगर एक प्रॉपर पार्टनरशिप फर्म हो, उस पर किसी तरीके का एक्सपायरी कॉन्सेप्ट, और वी कैन से दैट एक एक्सपायरी कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं होता है पार्टनरशिप फर्म के अंदर. देन ऑन द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द फर्म वेंचर फॉर विच द फर्म्स वाज फॉर्म्ड, यानी कि पूरा वेंचर क्या है जहाँ पर फर्म बनाई गई है. Another is on the death of the partner and on the adjudication of the partner as an insolvent. Yes, the dissolution by court is also happened. This is what getting into the court into the picture. So any partner have become unsound mind, we can say that it is what the dissolution by court. Another is any partner has been permanently incapable of performing his duties as a partner. Another is a partner misconduct is likely to affect the adjudication business of the firm. Then D is a partner willful commit the breach of the partnership agreement. Then a partner transfers his, or we can say that transfer his interest in the firm by authorized to the third party. Then the business of the firm can be carried on at a loss only. Then it just be the equitable can be basis on the other reasonable grounds, and that's the just firm should be considered. Now the partnership firm में settlement कैसे होती है? Settlement of the account means that exclusion of all the account in the book of the firm as a firm business no longer exists. Firm बिजनेस बहुत टाइम तक एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है, तो उसकी आइडेंटिटी से रिलेटेड जितने भी पेपर वर्क होते हैं उन्हें ख़त्म करवाए जाते हैं. देन द जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी. जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी इज बेसिकली अ बिजनेस एंटिटी विच इज ओन्ड बाय द शेयर होल्डर्स. ईच शेयर होल्डर ओन द proportion of a company to his or her ownership of the company's share. So in that case, yes, a company is an artificial person which created by a law that has an existence separates and apart from its owner. Word a company is artificial person created by law with a distinctive name and a common seed and the perpetual succession of the member. it can, we can say that, can sue and can be used it in its own name. Let's in terms of the joint stock company. So joint stock company is basically the legal person with the independent legal entity. So this is what a business entity which is owned by the shareholders, and each shareholder owns the proportion of a company in a proportion to his or her ownership of the company share. It basically allows for the unequal ownership of the business, with some shareholders owning a large proportion of the company than the other, and shareholders are available to transfer their shares to others without any effect of the continued existence of the company. So in that terms, yes, it is basically the role of a joint stock company. एक joint stock company जो है, it is one of the group of we can say that the sum of the shareholders owning a large proportion of the company, and yes, one is from the government side, and yes, the shareholders are basically transferred. They can move from person to person. Now what are the features of joint stock company? सबसे पहला फीचर है the artificial legal person. एक कंपनी जो है वो आर्टिफिशियल लीगल पर्सन होता है, एंड इट इज क्रिएटेड बाय लॉ. Another is the separate legal entity, that is a company has a distinct entity, and yes, at the same time separate from its member or the we can say that shareholders. So therefore the shareholders of a company can enter into a contract with the company. So that comes into the separate legal entity. Then common seal, that is, being an artificial person, company cannot assign a document, however it is used a common seal on which its name is embedded. Another is the limited resources. The limited of member of the company is normally limited of resources, or we can say that amount of share held or the guarantee given by them. Then transferability of share, the member of the capital public limited companies can sell to follow the procedures and let down the Conference Act of the transferring his flow, and the professors, or we can say that the procedures basically lined up, and that comes into the transferabilities of share. Then the separation of ownership from the management side. This is what the shareholders owners was basically scattered all over the country, gives the rights to the directors, managers. So in that comes the company is itself separate from the owners. So the ownership is separate from the management itself. Then the number of members. In case of the public limited companies, the minimum number is 7 and there is no maximum limit. But for the private limited company, the minimum of the members is 2 and the maximum is of 50. Another is, yes, the joint stock companies was divided into the two. One is public company, another is private company. So what is private company and public company? A private company has been associated with, we can say that, which have a private companies having the private concepts, and public company which is somehow related to the public concept, rising the concept or rising the securities from the public. So what's the basically definition state? A public company is a limited liability company that offer its security for the sale to the general public, typically through a stock exchange or through a market makers operating in the over of a counter market. In terms of जब किसी भी तरीके से मार्केट से एक सिक्योरिटी राइज की जाती है, दैट इज द सिक्योरिटी इन टर्म ऑफ स्टॉक, बॉन्ड, किसी भी तरीके से जब ये सब एक लोन्स, एक शेयर्स जब मार्केट में इशूज़ किए जाते हैं जस्ट टू फाइंड आउट द प्रॉपर इन्वेस्टमेंट, एंड इट कुड बी डन बाय द जनरल पब्लिक, typically through a stock exchange or through a market makers, that comes into the public company. And yes, public company include the public limited company, can be either unlisted or listed on the joint stock exchange depending on their size and the local legislation. In terms of ये वो companies होती हैं which is actually gathered or restricted by the government and getting the privileges from the government side. Private company, whereas having an article of association, because yes, private company has to follow the Company Act. In that terms, Company Act it is written that company has to issue the article of association. that is restrict the right of a members to transfer the share, limits the number of its member to the 50, and yes prohibited an investment to the public subscription. किसी भी तरीके की पब्लिक सब्सक्रिप्शंस जो होती हैं वो एक प्राइवेट कंपनी नहीं कर सकती. At the same time there was a limit of its member till the 50, and yes at the same time restrict the right of a member to transfer the share. और आप इसके अंदर अपने जो शेयर्स हैं वो भी ट्रांसफ़र नहीं कर सकते हैं. Now what are the various advantages of joint stock company? सबसे पहला है the limited liability. That's very obvious because of the shareholder, unless and otherwise state, it is limited to face the value of the shareholder held by them or guaranteed given by them. Another is the perpetual existence. That is what any kind of death, any kind of insolvency of shareholders, directors do not affect the company's existence. Professional management. This is in the company business. The management is in the hand of the director, whose are elected by the shareholders and are well experienced person. That comes into the professional management. Expansions potential. That is as there is no limit to the management, or we can say that there is no limit in the expansion part. So the maximum number of a shareholder in a public limited company can add on, and maximum expansions can be done. Transferability of share. If the shareholder of a company are displeased with the progress of the business, they can be sell off their shares anytime. So that comes into the transferabilities of share. Then diffusions of risk. As a membership is very large, the whole business risk is divided amongst the several members of the company. So this is the advantages which is particularly of a small investors. Then another is disadvantages. Yes, lack of secrecy is the one part. That means there is always the factor of the secrecy which cannot be generated or created. Legal restrictions. Compared to the proprietorship and the partnership, a company has to comply with the more legal requirements. That comes into the legal restrictions. Then management mischief, in terms of yes, sometimes the managers and director misuse the company resources for their public benefit, or we can say that for their personal benefit. In that terms, this begins losses to the company. Then lack of personal interest. Unlike the proprietorship and the partnership, the day-to-day affairs of a company are basically looked after by the salaried managers. So since they were the employees, not the owners, so they do not have hardly any personal interest and commitment in the company, and they can result in the inefficiencies and term losses. Then the cooperative organization. Cooperative is yet another form of business ownership. So cooperative form of ownership is based on the philosophy of the self-help and mutual help. So corporate ownership is basically bringing out the organization which focus on the promotion of the interest for its managers in accordance with the principles of cooperative. That means before going to introducing the cooperative organization focusing on the promotional part, considering the interest area of the principle, it required the voluntary association of 10 or more members. When 10 or more members comes into a picture and they're ready to share and bring out some mutual and self-help purpose, so they can start it. So who's joined together on the basis of the equality of the fulfillment of their economic and business interests. So that means basically working on to improving the both concept, the economic interest and the business interest. The basic feature which actually differentiate the cooperative from the other form of the business is basically ownership. Is that the primary motive is service to the members rather than making the profit. So in that case, yes, the basic feature of this cooperative society is to bringing out the proper motive. That proper motive is basically the providing benefit to the managers, providing benefits to the members. But the objective of cooperatives are primarily economic, and yes, it could not be seen as a private business organization. So in that terms, yes, they were actually cooperative societies are not private institute or private banking. They were the cooperative one, and हर एक member की अपनी shares, अपनी contributions होती हैं इसके अंदर. That is why it is written that it could be seen as a private business ownership that is jointly owned and controlled by its member who also use this service. Then what was the advantages of the cooperative organization? The first one is the voluntary organization. Yes, cooperative organization is a voluntary association of the person desirous to pursuing a common objective, and this can be come and leave the organization at their own will without any coercions or yes the initiate the intimations. That means yes, person is on the voluntary basis who really want to perform in the organization. It's not forced by the anybody. Then democratic management. Democratic management is basically the management of a cooperative organization is vested in the hand of a managing the committee elected by the members on the both of the one member or one member vote. That is comes into the democratic management. That is one concept. Then the service motive. Service motive is basically yes on the basis basic features which distinguish a cooperative organization from the third form of business ownership is that the primary objective of the cooperative society is rather the service to its member rather than the earning profit. Another is the capital return thereon. The capital is produced from its member and it is a form of a share capital. So a member can subscribe the subject to a maximum of the 10% of the total share capital and rupees 1000 whichever is higher. So in that case share cannot be transferred by the surrenders to the organization. Another is government control. Yes, in India the activities of a cooperative societies are regulated by the Cooperative Society Act and the State Cooperative Act. So these are the government control and government regulations which actually perform the cooperative society's factor. Sixth is distinguish of supplies surplus. That means after giving the dividend to the members, the surplus of a profit, if any, is distributed among the member in the proportion to the business and they have done with the cooperative society. Another is advantages. Advantages is the first is easy formation. That means it is easily formed out. Then another is limited liability. Yes, it always have due to the higher member in the society. It always have a limited liability. Then proprietary existence. It is what a cooperative society has a separate entity, separate legal entity. Hence the we can say that proprietary existence. Hence the death, insolvency or retirement, lunatic cases etc. of a member did not affect the proprietary existence of the cooperative society. Another is the social service. The basic philosophy of a cooperative is the self-help and mutual help. So thus the cooperative fosters follow the feeling amongst the members and include the moral values in them for their better living. Another is open membership. This is what the membership of the cooperative society is open to all the irrespective of the caste, creed and the economic station. So their status, there is no limit on the maximum members. Another is tax advantage. Unlike other three form of a business ownership, a cooperative society is exempted from the tax income and secure the surcharging on its earning up to the certain limit. Beside it is also exempted from the stamp duty and the registrations fees. Then state assistance, that is government has adopted the cooperative as an effective institution of the social economical change. Hence the government offer a number of greens, loans and financial assistance to the cooperative society to make the functioning more effective. The management of the cooperative society is basically generating the democratic environment. If it's properly managed and yes, having a proper contribution, having a one member one vote, so this is basically generating the democratic management. So thus the management is incorporated in the democracy. Then another is disadvantages. Disadvantages again, first is lack of secrecy. A cooperative society has to submit an annual report and account with the requirement of the company operate society. That means yes, it is basically bringing out the lack of secrecy in the concept. अगर एक बिल्कुल भी secrecy नहीं रहती, हर member के अंदर बात flow होती है and because of the factor of transparency. Another is lack of business administrations. In terms of the proper business acumens या administrations नहीं है, so that is obviously lacking towards the certain parts. And then lack of interest, yes, and when the manager having a no interest so in the functioning of a society due to the absence of the profit management. So that is business success requires a substantial effort over the period of a time. Another is the corporation with the corruptions, lack of profit motive bred forward and the corruptions in the management. This is reflected in the misappropriate of funds by the officers of their personal gains. Another lack of mutual interest. The success of the cooperative society depends upon its member uttermost faith to each other. So yes, however, the all members are basically performed or all members are comes into a picture, so the cooperative society is going to be wind up. And yes, next is selection of an appropriate form of ownership structure. Out of all these four kind of form of structure, which one is the best one to choose? Another is nature of business. This is the first factor through which we can calculate that yes, the business is actually getting affected, or due to the nature of the product or nature of the business we can change the business. Another is area of operation, that means giving the important bargaining on their sectors for the form of ownership. Then degree of control in terms of the in case direct control over the business organizations or operations is required, the suitable form of ownership may be proprietorship or the partnership in case of direct control over the business corporation. So it is not needed, the best way for the business ownership will be computer. Another is the capital requirement. Capital requirement is basically the capital requirement in the business also determine the selection of the business ownership. The business required a small amount of capital. Another is extent of risk and liabilities. Business involves the risk, and yes, it is the entrepreneur ready and capable to bear the risk involved in the business. So he that is that he can organize all his business on the proprietor or the partnership firm. But if the enterprise is hesitated to bear the risk involved in the business, he or she can go for the company where the individual risk is limited. Another is duration of a business, that is if the business is proposed for a defined duration or on a ad hoc basis, so the partnership firm or proprietorship firms are better form of the business ownership. Another is the government regulation. This is if the enterprises does not like much government involvement in his or her business, he can select the government select the proprietors of the partnership as a one form of his office owns. So the instead of a company or a cooperative where the government rule and regulations applies more. So yes, this is all about for today's session. There are few questions which you have to do it yourself. First is how to form a cooperative society. कैसे एक cooperative society form out होगी and how it is beneficiary, इसके advantages बताने हैं. Then compare the joint stock company and partnership company. You have to explain the joint stock company and partnership company and difference between the both. So this is all about for the today's session. We are winding up here. Thank you so much. Happy learning. We